Documentation is very important to a transport section when keeping track of vehicle movement and mileages. Each driver must be familiar with both dispatch sheets and vehicle work tickets and be able to use them properly. First, we will cover the dispatch sheet, or DND 603. This document is normally the responsibility of the chief dispatcher or the duty dispatcher. The dispatch sheet is laid out in columns from the left. The first 3 columns show the detail number, the time the vehicle was ordered, and the name of the person ordering it. The next 2 columns reflect the time the vehicle is required and details of its duties, such as troop transport or a mail run. Next, the vehicle type and the CFV number, followed by the names of the driver and the dispatcher. Next, the time dispatched and time returned are shown to the nearest half hour. Total dispatch time is calculated by subtracting time in from time out. The last space is allotted for any special remarks by the dispatcher. This sheet is completed in pencil, horizontally by column, and is signed by the dispatcher in ink. Dispatch sheets are normally completed daily, but at times when there is minimal vehicle movement, more than one day may be dispatched on the same sheet under a new date. The dispatch sheet is retained for 1 year and then may be destroyed on authority of the transportation officer. As a driver, it is important to be familiar with dispatching of vehicles. In some units, drivers are authorized in orders to dispatch themselves out and in. The next document to be covered is the equipment work ticket, or the DND 610. The work ticket is used as an authorization and record of all movement or use of military mobile support equipment. A work ticket is opened at the first of every month for each piece of mobile equipment on the establishment, whether it is used or not. This document is divided into 6 sections. Section 1 is general information and driver's authority. Section 2 is the unit servicing record, where the routine maintenance of the vehicle is recorded. This section is completed only by base transportation personnel. Section 3 is completed by the dispatcher before issuing the new work ticket. This includes vehicle description, such as a CUCV. The Unit Identification Code, or UIC, is a 4-digit number used to identify the unit holding the vehicle. In the next column are the month and year. Next is a 6-digit identifier, the ECC, or Equipment Configuration Code. The last column contains the Canadian Forces Registration, or CFR number. Section 4 is the Vehicle Defects Maintenance and Servicing Record, where faults are recorded by date and a description of the defect each time one occurs. Only the first 2 columns of this section are completed by the driver. It is the responsibility of each driver to ensure that defects are noted when they complete their first, halt, and last parades. If the defect is safety related, the vehicle must be repaired before being used again. Parade sheets may be kept inside the work ticket. Section 5 is a record of operations. It has 11 columns, some of which are subdivided. Column 1 and 11 are numbered 1 to 31, and each number indicates one day of the month. Column 2 gives the vehicle kilometers, miles, or hours at the start of the day. Underneath that, you must enter the reading at the start of that day. Column 3 is lettered A to D, which allows for 4 separate details to be entered for each day. Column 4 is for MSE operator time. In this block, you record how many hours your vehicle was in service, or total dispatched time. Column 5 is the total daily MSE operator's time and is filled out by the dispatcher. Therefore, it does not concern you as the driver. Column 6 is for user-operator dispatch time. A user is a driver of a unit borrowing a vehicle that is not part of its holdings or not an MSE operator. Column 7 is a total of user-driver time. Column 8 is for user kilometers or hours, depending on the type of equipment, and is to be entered by the dispatcher in the applicable space to coincide with column 3. Column 9 is for the oil consumption used for that day and is only for oil. No matter how little, it must be recorded. Column 10 is for fuel consumption used for that day, and only for fuel. Section 6 is a monthly column and is completed by the Transport Records section. This is mainly a total of the columns transferred to this section for easy reference. During this presentation, you were taught how to complete the DND 603 and DND 610. As a driver, you are responsible to ensure that all documentation regarding your vehicle is completed properly and accurately before, during, and after completion of your detail. Whenever you are driving a DND vehicle, you will ensure that it is properly dispatched and all documents required are properly completed.